inauguration of Imbuitawo internal roads constructed by the River State government on behalf of the...
And honor be to the name of the Lord in the name of Jesus Christ. May you bless everybody that is here in the name of Jesus Christ. Bless our governor, bless our state. Let your name be glorified. In Jesus' mighty name we have prayed. Okay.
Your Excellency, Nyesom Ezewawike, CON, GSSRS Life Bencher, Governor of River State. Our special guest, Your Excellency Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, FNSC, Presidential Candidate of NNPP and former Governor of Kano State, and his running mate, Bishop Isaac Idahosa. Your Excellency Dr. Mrs. Ipalibo Hari Banigo, DSSRS, Governor of River State. Chief Dan Obi, Vice Chairman of the People's Democratic Party, South-South. Professor Mrs. Ngozi Odo, running mate to the PDP Standard Bearer in River State. Engineer Buba Galadima, the Right Honorable Prince Chibudom Wuche, OFR, former Deputy Speaker, House of Representatives. Distinguished Senator Barin Pigi, distinguished senators and members of the National and State Assembly here present, members of the State Executive Council, Your Majesty, King Dr. Danderson Douglas Jaja, CFR, JP, JK V, Treaty King and Amainabo of Upobo, Chairman, River State Council of Traditional Rulers, and other Royal Majesties and Royal Highnesses here present, elder statesmen, special advisors, Chairman of Local Government Councils here present, permanent secretaries, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the commissioning of Umbutewa internal roads constructed by the administration of His Excellency Nyesom Ezewawike, CON, GSSRS, Life Bencher, Governor of River State. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, at this point, may I respectfully invite for the presentation of Kola, the Emoha Local Government Area Council of Chiefs, led by His Royal Majesty or her Sergeant Chidi, I will say, Olo the 4th, Neweli Emoha the 13th.
Your Excellency, the governor of our state, our dear state, River State, your description will come later. Let me introduce our guest of honor. Our guest of honor happened to be a friend of ours, a friend of mine too. We have known ourselves, we work very hard together. For you to be particularly singled out to come and commission the project in Emo, it's a privilege. Thank you very much. We are very, very, very happy to receive you among us today. Even though, anyway, it doesn't matter. You're not going to campaign today now. So since you're not campaigning, it doesn't really matter. Your Excellency, you are in Emohwa local government area, and you are in Emohwa town, and I'm the paramount ruler of Emohwa town. I have come to offer you kola in our traditional way. I know after presentation of this kola, Protocols will not allow me to say anything again. Therefore, my leader, allow me 1 more minute. Allow me 1 more minute. Let me say something. Your Excellency, apart from you being a friend, apart from you being from our area, I want to tell the world to hear today that as a governor, we have never seen anything like it before. If I begin to enumerate the things you have done in this local government area, so many hours will go. But I must say 1 or 2. You know, when you have a good friend and you don't value your friend and you lose that friend, that's when you know you have lost something. You are a friend indeed. Your Excellency, I want to tell the world that the Chief of Staff to the Government House is from this community, Emohwa. Let me remind them, according to the lawyers, it's better to have more than to have little. Let me add more. Mr. Project, they call you, is because of things you have done. This is one of them. I grew up partly in this community. This was a track development and brought light. I'm not talking about the Oharusa Road. I'm not talking about this road. I'm not talking about Rumakunde Road. I'm not talking about the university. You have done more than we have expected. We will remember you. Whoever said you are not there, we did not see that person. Any of our local government area will stand by you. Whatever you say is what will happen here. What you say is what is going to happen. There are 2 forms of presentation here. And go ahead. There are 2 forms of presentation. Number 1 is the traditional cola. Press that. It's our precious cola. Give me this one. Yeah. Under that one. Yeah. Oh, wait, the community itself. The community itself, Your Excellency, brought this one. George. No to go neighbor ratio check with go buanochi. Buanochi. No, the I will have a date with His Excellency. We have a date with him in future. Don't worry about that. We have a date. Who told them? So the second part, my own great grandfather those days, if he was alive, as you are going today, will give you 1 human being to go with. That is the tradition of Emohwa. So what you have done for us, clarity, is male and female. Male and female. You take it and it will prosper.
Excellency, Ezewan Yeson Wike, Commander of the Order of Niger, Grand Service Star of River State, Pillar of Sports Africa. Excellency, the Dutch Society of Engineers, Fellow of the Institute of Quantity Surveyor, Your Excellency, the former Governor of Kano State, former Minister of Defense, and the presidential candidate of the new Nigeria People's Party. Please, Excellency, permit me to adopt the existing protocols as already established by the Master of Ceremony. Your Excellency, on the 29th day of June 2021, you led eminent Nigerians to this community, especially the Governor of Benue State, who today represents Benue State Benue Northeast in the Nigerian Senate and chairman of the Senate Committee on Power, Dr. Gabriel Suzwan, to lay the flag off of this particular road. And less than 1 year, Your Excellency, we are here today to commission this road. This is not just another commissioning, Your Excellency. This commissioning speaks volume about your person. This commissioning today speaks volume about the kind of politics that you play. This commissioning speaks volume about the humanity in you. Because today, Your Excellency, we will be commissioning a road in Imbuitawo, Emowa. The emphasis are mine. Your Excellency, that is why the Holy Book has said in Proverbs chapter 16 verse 7 that when a man's way pleases the Lord, he makes even his enemies to be at peace with him. Your Excellency, can't you see that your enemies are at peace with you today? Can't you see the peace and tranquility that pervade River State? Can't you see, Your Excellency, that yours truly here speaking to you today, not as a citizen of our local government, but as its chairman? Your Excellency, your brand of politics is what has made it possible to have my friend and brother, Stanibo Chris Finebone, sit with you today in the ESCO as your Commissioner for Information. Your Excellency, this you have achieved not through the barrels of the gun, not by force of coercion, not by intimidation. Your Excellency, what you have done is to deploy just one thing, and that is love. Your Excellency, no wonder Martin Luther said that love is the greatest weapon that turns an enemy into a friend. Your Excellency, can't you see the state that at a time of transition, the River State enjoys this kind of peace? This will only have been possible because of your brand of politics. And Your Excellency, for us, we'll continue to pray for you and activate the provisions of Psalm 35 verse 1. Your Excellency, my prayer has always been for God to contend with those who contend with you, to fight those who fight with you. And Your Excellency, the prayer was further answered in the book of Isaiah chapter 49 verse 25. Your Excellency, God says that, God says the Lord, that even the captives of the mighty will be taken, and that the prey of the tyrant shall be recovered, and that God says he will contend with those who contend with you, and that your children will be saved. Your Excellency, can't you see that you have saved our oil wells? You have saved every asset of River State. You have made us stand shoulder to shoulder, eyeball to eyeball, with citizens from any other state in this federation. Your Excellency, it is on this note that the people of Emowa has told me to tell you, we have resolved as a people, and we have invoked the provisions of Ruth chapter 1 verse 16. Wherever you go, we will go. Your God shall be our God, and your people shall be our people. On this note, Your Excellency, let me once again welcome you to Imbuitawo, the home of Oshi Wege, and the home of one of our leaders, Senator Andrew Uchondo. You are welcome, and God bless you all.
Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, to thrill us with your grandstaff, may I invite the Uzimbu Gugu Women's Group of Imbuitawo.
Imbuitawo is located in Emoha local government area and off the east-west road when you are approaching Port Harcourt from Bayelsa State. And this community is one of the adjoining communities to the Port Harcourt main city. And of course, we are here to witness the inauguration of internal roads built by the state government as a way to also expand the development to this part of the state.
Gazile, Katina way, Nalipita wawe, Ineke Gazile, Katina way, Nalipita wa. Dina Guyana la iwe, Ineke Gazile iwe. Chineke gazile ime na ye na gbawe apa jigwaga igwe ya na begwe ka jigwa hwaso igwe ya na begwe ka jigwa hwaso Chineke no holi gwele gazile iwe Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, please can we put our hands together for the Thank you very much. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please can we put our hands together? Thank you so much. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, may I now invite to entertain us the Tufiakwa musical group.
Hello. Hello.
Hello. Eko medike wike.
Your Majesty.
Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, can we put our hands together one more time for Thank you very much. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, may I now invite the wrestling group of Mbutewa. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please let's put our hands together for Wrestling Group of Umbutewa. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, may I at this point invite to give the project subscription.
Oh wait.
Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, to give the project description, may I invite the Honorable Commissioner for Works in Rivers State, George Kelly D. Alabo, PhD, FNIQS.
Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Rivers State, Your Excellency, the former Governor of Kano State and our special guest today, Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Rivers State, the Speaker, Rivers State House of Assembly, Your Excellencies, may I, by your leave, lean on protocols already properly established by the compere. Your Excellency, we are here today, I think the Town community in Imoha local government area to commission a project which was flagged off last year. This project was awarded about a year ago to Julius Berger under the leadership of Engineer Tanner, and today we are here for the commissioning. The project is the road is 39,300 square meter in area. That's the asphaltic concrete area. And we have a 200 millimeter thickness of stone base, 50 millimeter thickness of binder cores, 50 millimeter thickness of wearing cores. And of course, substructurally, a lot of soil replacement was done because of this nature of the soil before the road commenced. We also have drains across the entire length of the road, and then we have street lights. This is just one of the roads in this area of this part of Imoha alone. We also have a similar road at Rumiche, we have at Isiodu, we have at Rumakunde, we have the Obakari internal road going on, we have the Rumodogo 1 and 2 roads which has just been completed and will be commissioned very soon. We also have the Akpabu Ojido road, we have the Akpabu Egbeda road, we have the Akpabu Itu Modioga road. Excellency, you have done much for the people of Imoha, and we say thank you. Once again, thank you, our special guest, and welcome to Rivers State.
Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, to give a remark on behalf of the contractor, Julius Berger Nigeria PLC, may I invite Engineer Georgen Fischer.
Okay. His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Rivers State, Chief Barrister Neso Mesenwo Wike, CON, His Excellency, the former Governor of Kano State, Distinguished Senator Rabio Musa Kwankwaso, Her Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Rivers State, Dr. Mrs. Ipalibo Haribanigo, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to adopt existing protocols. I welcome you all today to this our Mumbatwango internal road commissioning, which was in fulfillment of His Excellency's rural transformation agenda.
However, what made this very significant is the consideration of EMOA for Julius Berger standard and quality of infrastructure. It will interest you to know that we came first to EMOA since 2018. Within this period, we reconstructed and commissioned with streetlights Rumakunde Road, Isodo, respectively, including a spur to honor Abuja Road. We are indeed grateful to His Excellency, the Governor of Rivers State, for giving us the opportunity to contribute to his Rivers State Urban Renewal Program. At this juncture, may I bring you greetings from our Board of Directors and management for trusting that Julius Berger Nigeria PLC can deliver in good quality within contractual period all of his landmark projects. Also a special thank to the Ministry of Works under the leadership of Honorable George Kelly and to our construction team led by Project Manager Mr. Tanner Özerkan. And last but not least, to the good people of Rivers State for their patience and understanding during the construction. Thank you very much, and God bless this project, and God bless you all. Thank you.
The project contractor there giving a vivid description of the extent of the work the company has so far executed in Emoha local government area. All are part of the integrated efforts of the Rivers State government to bring development nearer to the people who are at the grassroots.
Give us space. May I respectfully invite the governor of the state, Excellency, you go on
Your Excellency, our special guest of honor, the former governor of Kano State, former Minister of Defense, former Deputy Speaker of House of Representatives, by the special grace of God, the presidential candidate of the NNPP, Alhaji Engineer Radio Kwakwaso, Fellow of Nigerian Institute of Engineers. Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of the State, the Vice Presidential candidates of the NNPP, our dear brother Idahosa, the Zonal Chairman of our great party, Chief Damabe, former Deputy Speaker Chukwudon Wuche, the single Senator Banadada Bibi, Senator representing the Rivers Southeast Senatorial District. Our old friend, Buba Galadima, the man who speaks the truth all the time. Members of the delegation and for special guests of honor, the representatives of the managing director of Julius Berger, my friend Fisher, Engineer Fisher, and members of the same former chief whip of the Senate, the chairman of Emoha Local Government Council, chairman Rivers State Laws Council, particularly Newele Emoha or Sergeant Chidi Awuse, members of the National Assembly and State Assembly are here, our dear leaders, our dear women, our dear youths, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. Equals about make cow. Equals about make cow. Everyone wants to say, I'm make cow. I'm make cow. Everybody on side here. On side here.
Yendeba, 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 yendeba.
Your Excellency, our special guest of honor, let me on behalf of the government and people of the state most sincerely thank you and members of your team for honoring our invitation to be with us here today, the 21st of November 2022, to commission this road, Mbutanwo Road. Like what the chairman of the local government said, this road was flagged up June last year. This road has been completed for the past 4 months. Today, we are here to commission the road, and by a humble self, you have been here before in Rivers State to commission the Rumba flyover. Today, you are here to commission the Mbutanwo Road. You may not understand the importance of today's commissioning. You are a senator. If you're a senator, they say once a senator is a senator. And today, you are one of your colleagues' place, Chief Andrew Uchendu. You are his community to commission his road. That is to tell you, we want you to commission your colleague's community road. But I've always asked our people, what I've always said to people, I'm a friend to the governor of Rivers State. I'm a friend to Mr. President. I know Mr. Vice President. I know the President of the World Bank. What is important is of your relationship with all these people. What have you brought to your people? Of what will it be benefit to your people? You know all these people, yet your people are suffering. Of what benefit will it be? If the people of Anoa, if I had chief, the sergeant Awusi and chief of staff and all of them, they said they are close to the governor of Rivers State, and yet they cannot bring one road project or any project on their one. Shame unto them. Wherever you are, good governance is the welfare of my people. They did not just bring road, a road that was built by the biggest construction firm in Nigeria. These people are, I'm sorry to say it, they are not in the city, but today they are in the city now. When we came here last Sunday, they said, oh, the road will not be done. It's political propaganda. Is it a propaganda now? ka ọ bụ propaganda ndị mmụta wọ ka ọ propaganda
Maybe to
for record's sake, the people of Amawa, Chelsea, Oha, Chidi, I wish I said I did this, I did that. I will tell you why I have to do what I did for the people of not just Amawa, but Amawa local. But where are they? Where was that? He didn't come. Special guest of honor. This is the son, the father of Chief Andrew Chendu. These are his nephews. They have no position. They have never been to state assembly. They have never been to House of Representatives. They have never been to Senate one day. They have never been council chairman. But this young man dragged the governor down here. These three young men, no position in government. They had and cried to the governor, our governor. We said we are going to support your government. Our governor, our people say, now that the governor has won, what have you brought home? Your Excellency, come to our rescue. The only thing we need from you, let us have a road we can use and go out and go to the farm. These are the three young men who dragged me down here. Can you imagine these three young men dragging a whole me to Umuta community and giving them a first-class road? Continue to pray for them. They didn't think about their pocket. They didn't say, look, Governor, empower us, put something in our pocket. The only empowerment they said they need, construct road for our people. Therefore, these are the true representatives of their people. Not those who will go to Abuja, not those who will go to Port Harcourt and forget their people. Pray for them to continue to remember their people. And that is what we want. Young men like this, who will have the opportunity to remember their people. I thank you, all of you. I thank you. Your Excellency, our special guest of honor, I want anybody to challenge our administration and let it be known that this administration, we have never done any project above 14 months. If you calculate all we have been commissioning, put them together from June last year till now, we are commissioning over 20 projects. Put all the money together for those 20 projects. Within 1 year, the projects are completed. We have today, as of today, from 2019 till now, we have commissioned 9 flyovers. 9 flyovers. By December, we will commission the 10th flyover. By February next year, we'll commission 11th and 12th flyover. I came here, Chief Awuse said, I have done Sergeant Awuse Road. I have done Umuche Umakonde Road. I have done Isiodu Road. I have given them a campus of the university. I did not end there. I told them, Government Secondary School Emawa, that their own son brought down. I was going to rebuild it. And I will do it today. Their own son came and brought it down. I said, I will come and rebuild it. Have I rebuilt it now? Our own is promise made, promise kept. In this local government, they had a son who was a commissioner for agriculture from Obakiri. They had no roads. Today, go and see what's happening in internal roads of Abakiri. Today, go and see Rumodogo 1 and 2, which are going to commission soon. Go and see Ababu, Emedia, Omudoga. Tomorrow we are commissioning that. We have done Iba Road. What do you people want me to do again that I've not done? What do you want me to do again? Have I not done well for you? Have I not done well for you? Have I not fulfilled my promises for you? What is the big road? And therefore, I have told all of us. They say, I've caused trouble. I say, what is the trouble? But they say, oh, the Niger Delta says shall account for the money. I never said so to anybody. All I said, people should thank Buhari for me. For giving me money to do all the project. That's what I said. If you will interpret it in a different way, it's your own business. Is it wrong to thank somebody who has done well for you? Does it mean you won't thank me for what I've done? That's what I said. People brought food for me here. You brought what? The girls of one of the don't understand no. No, it's sheep. So, they brought network according to Tifta, which is English cow. So, to thank me, is it not? You brought yam. You bought bags of garri. You bought plantain. Is it not? I bought fish. Thanking me. What are you thanking me for? For what I have done, is it not? Is it not? Is there anything wrong in that? So if I thank somebody to who gave me money, is there anything wrong? Is there anything wrong? I don't understand why people play politics every time. Let me thank you. Let me thank you. People may not understand. When you wanted to leave PDP, I came to your house in Abuja. I said, sir, don't leave the party. I pleaded with you. I came 2 times, they never sold. You want to live where you never sold. They said, no, leave Kwakwa Short to go. Who is he? Let him go. After all, I was senior president when he was the deputy speaker in House of Reps. I said, no. It's an asset to the party in Kano State. Kano is very, very important for our party. Therefore, whatever it takes, let's keep him. Let's manage him. They said, no, let him go. I said, the more the merrier. We're opposition party. We cannot continue to drive our people away. Whoever is angry, let's keep him. They said no. Oh, I want to say Kwakwa. I said yes because I know with him and Kanu that likelihood that it will be better for us. But if we remove him or we allow him to go, the repercussion will be too heavy. I said no. Kwakwa so left us. The only thing he told me that, well, I can remain, he will not remain. I said, okay, I will stay and survive it and fight back. But let me tell you why I'm saying this today. When he was going, he told me, look, I'm going. My people who are remaining will support you. I know one thing I like in life. But all these bogey people now. All these bogey. They tell you one thing, before you turn, they've done a different thing. He told me, he said, look, I can assure you, those of them who are remaining in the party, those of them who are going with me will go with me. But those who are remaining, I can assure you they'll support you. And they did. And they did. And that's why we talk about integrity. Do you understand what I mean? Integrity is very, very important. Whatever you tell me to, whatever I don't want to do, you don't need to say you will do it. So you're a man of integrity. You are a man of integrity. It's unfortunate we're not in the same party. But God will help at the appropriate time. God will help. People like this are people that you talk about leadership of the country. Yes, I have no apologies to make to anybody. I said it to Peter when he came. And I want to also tell you that if you are coming for campaign here, I will give you the logistic support for you to campaign. You're a former governor. The difference between me and you that you are former, I am still present. You're a former minister, I'm a former minister. So why will I not accord you all the necessary support, protocols, and logistics? Why? And when you're a governor, you perform excellently well. Everybody knows in this country. Everybody knows. Also, I'm not afraid to say I'll give you all the logistic support. I will do it. Protocol demands that I should do that. So I thank you for coming. And let them know these are people who know well for this country. You are not preaching based on ethnicity. You are not preaching based on religion. You are selling yourself to Nigerians. Vote for what I can do. If you taught me in Kano, if you taught me as a former minister, I have what it takes to drive this country from where we are to the next level of development. It's not to say don't vote for Yoruba man, don't vote for Igbo man. That is not what we require in this country now. What we require is a man who put Nigeria together. So I'm happy. We of the Integrity Group will continue to support whatever that is right, whatever that will help this country. And so, see River State as your own. When you win too, remember us. When you win, remember us. So, we're all here to make sure that this election will be free and fair. We have not started full campaign. What we are doing is introduction to campaign. But what I've told our people, the only way you can disarm your opposition is to show them what you have done. Tell me who will come to Mbutawa now and say don't vote for us in the state. Is it possible? Is it possible? It is difficult. Our candidates in this state, so don't be offended if you have candidates here, tell them to take it easy. Because It's a no-go. It's a no-go. So it will be difficult. At the appropriate time, we will tell our people in the language they understand. At the appropriate time, we will speak the language our people will understand. And they will implement that language. It was America. It was America. And it was So it is important for all of us to know. I don't know people who stole and sold our gas turbine. People who took our plane legacy to go and hide in Germany for over 5 years. They say they want to come and be governor. Governor where? Is it possible? No, she. Is it possible? We allow those armed robbers to come in again, to go and sell the plane again, to go and sell the street lights again. Far. So it's for River State. It's over. It is Mr. President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, Grand Commander of the Federal Republic, who is the headmaster of their party, who is the principal of their party, who is the leader of their party, gave us a certificate that we have done too well, that nobody has beaten us. Not so. You too much. So now this one, now we're going to say we have not done anything. Is it possible? So I thank the community for coming out in your numbers to receive our special guest. I thank the chiefs, traditional rulers of Anawa, led by Sergeant Awusi, for bringing out their people to show solidarity and support for this administration. Everything we have done here, we have never had any problem from the contractors that the communities don't want them to do any job. No. We have all gotten support, and that's why they have never said contractors have left the site. No way. And any new project we are going to flag off very soon, I can assure you, God willing, we'll finish them before we go. Some of politicians are telling me I should stop work. As if I stop work, what will I be doing again? If I stop work now, what will I be doing? I was voted to finish 29th of May 2023. Is it not? If I leave now, what will I be doing from that till May 29? So I will continue to work. I will continue to commission projects. I will continue to flag off projects for the interest of our people. So I thank you very much. And let me therefore invite our special guest of honor to please, before he will talk to you, they will read about him, you will know about him. Some of you didn't know him as former governor, former minister. There are so many things you don't know about him, who they will talk about him, and then he will talk to his people. Here and there, I will say, there used to be an LZP. But that time, NRC took over state. LZP didn't win it at that time. That was under our Sergeant Hassan. So now it's a traditional ruler. When we tell him, why not stay in your palace, not play politics? He said, you cannot remove me here. I've been traditional ruler at the same time advising you people on what to do. And he's been advising us very, very well. That's a very good traditional ruler. So I thank all of you. Just be patient, 2-3 minutes, hear about what they will talk about him. Then he will come and talk to you, and then he will commission this road to the glory of God. Thank you, and God bless you.
Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, His Excellency Senator Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, PhD, FNSE, has served Nigeria meritoriously in various capacities as former civil servant for 17 years, and he retired as a principal water engineer in Kano State. Was also a deputy speaker, Federal House of Representatives in 1992. He also served as a former member of the National Constitutional Conference, 1994 to 1995. A 2 times governor of Kano State, 1999 to 2003, and 2011 to 2015, respectively. A former Minister of Defense and Special Envoy to Darfur and Somalia, 2003 to 2007. Former representative of Northwest on the board of Niger Delta Development Commission, 2008 to 2010. A former presidential aspirant under the APC in 2015. A former senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, representing Kano Central Zone in 2015 to 2019. A former presidential aspirant under the People's Democratic Party in 2019. Now, a national leader and presidential candidate of the New Nigeria People's Party, NPP, in this year 2022. Senator Kwankwaso has over the years played very active role in conflict resolutions in various sections of Nigeria, Darfur, and Somalia, in the course of which he has built bridges across the Niger for the mutual coexistence of our diverse people. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, may I at this point respectfully invite to give a speech and thereafter commission the road His Excellency Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, FNSC, presidential candidate of
Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Rivers State, my brother, my good friend, and friend of Kano and Northern Nigeria, His Excellency Barrister Yoson Wuke, Your Excellency the Deputy Governor of Rivers State, and other senior government officials that are here, the zonal chairman of PDP, and other officials that are here, members of my entourage, especially the vice presidential candidate and chairman, secretary of the BOT of our party, and other members of my entourage, our respected traditional rulers that are here, members of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Your Excellency, on behalf of my humble self, my family, our party, the NNPP, I want to say thank you so much for finding me worthy again to come to Rivers State to commission another project. Let me at this point congratulate the people of this community. I want to say, as a civil engineer, I have to particularly thank the governor for constructing this very high quality roads in this community. these are not ordinary roads, especially when we took into consideration the description of the roads by the Honorable Commissioner for Works, and of course, the contractors, Julius Berger. Your Excellency, as somebody who has been in the system for some time, I have to thank you because many of us used Julius Berger on various projects. Julius Berger was given some contracts by our administration in Kano and of course in Abuja to build the government house in Kano and of course our governor's lodge in Abuja. So we know the quality, we know the cost. And I can say comfortably that you are the only governor who has taken Julius Berger to rural area to construct road, to put street lights, to construct first-class drainage for the community. So I say thank you so much. And I'm so happy that since I came in yesterday, I had the opportunity to talk to some of my friends, and they told me that the projects that you constructed and are yet to be commissioned will be enough for you. They will be good enough to engage your time till the 29th of May. They should start studying the situation and they should learn from experiences of those of us who had the opportunity to govern. We took our time, like Governor Wiki, to do what was right. And that is why, by the grace of God and support of our people, any day, any time, whether in party A, B, C, in even Z party, our people will always go with us because they believe in our performance, in our capacity, in our integrity, like Barrister Uke. Let me especially acknowledge one of our leaders who is now a traditional ruler. In those days, we call him Sergeant Awusi. In the days of Sheikh Musa Yar'Adua of blessed memory, these are people who stood firmly as members of PF, as members of SDP, and that was when I was elected as Deputy Speaker of the House of Reps. These were the people we highly respect in the political cycle. These were the people who taught us how to be rugged, how to work hard, how to be honest, and how to be loyal. These are loyal members of our group, the PF, and of course the SDP under late General Sheikh Musa Yar'Adua. So happy to see you and see you very strong. And I thank His Excellency for appointing you the paramount ruler of this local government. And I'm so happy because we have lost so many people like you over the years, in the last 30 years, and seeing you really injured me and reminded me of so many strategies by the Sheikh Yar'Adua and of course by people like you and many others under our group. And I can assure you, what we have learned from you is still in practice. And that is why today we are leading in wherever we find ourselves. It's unfortunate, Your Excellency, that we found ourselves in a party that we helped to build. I was in PDP like you. In 1998, I had the opportunity of being part of the founding fathers of PDP. And we have done extremely well, especially our first 8 years. Unfortunately, as the time went on, many things started to go wrong. And unfortunately, some of us saw what you, Your Excellency, did not see in time. That was why we decided in 2013-14 to bring some changes in the political architecture of this country. That was why we formed the APC, believing that the party was going to be a progressive party that will sort out the issues that we were concerned about as Nigerians at that particular time. Unfortunately, this party proved over time, in the opinion of many people, especially in the PDP, to believe that it is worse than the PDP itself. And that was how really they were putting their eggs in one basket, believing that the election was going to be between bad and very bad. But even then, we have some islands. We were part of the island in Kano. We performed extremely well. Of course, one of the islands in River State, where we have a very distinguished leader who believed in his people. Anytime I come to Rivers, I find brand new projects and programs. This is the law school that was being commissioned recently. And we can go on and on in terms of projects and programs, and that is why not only people of River State are calling him Mr. Project. All of us acknowledge him as Mr. Project in this country. Let me thank you for standing firm. I thank you for telling the truth at any given time, not minding what they think or do. Your Excellency, without putting red cap, I can tell you, you are a member of Concosia any day, any time. Because in Concosia, you don't have to put red cap. Many people in this country have got their red caps in their hearts. It is there. And I believe you are one of us. And that was why those of us from Kano have a lot of respect for you. It wasn't me, it wasn't because of me that I told you what you mentioned when I was leaving PDP. It's because of you. I believe if I was not there, then Kano must be you. And of course, that is even the opinion of all those I left and all those who supported you. And given the opportunity, they will continue to do it and do it for the right person like you. Let me say that many people have made so many mistakes. Many leaders don't understand. Some leaders are very rigid. Rigid in the sense that whether they are failing or winning, they will stick to one idea. They will stick to one aspirant or candidate, not minding the consequences, not minding the feeling of the people that are involved. We have seen people in my former party that all what they want is ticket, to get presidential ticket. They are ready to do anything to have ticket. I can tell you, as Governor Wike has been saying, any party that cannot control two of the three states, Kano, Lagos, and Rivers, he has been saying it, and people are not taking note of it. And by now, with Konkoso out of that party, Wike is still struggling to be there or not to be there. Somehow things are moving. Certainly Lagos is not their own. One begins to wonder where they will get their votes to win the election of 2023. We have seen people struggling, probably regretting, going around talking to so many leaders, trying to say that they should intervene either here or there. Now let me say, especially to those leaders, please at this critical time, respect yourselves, do the right thing, make sure you don't soil your fingers. And remember, even those of us are still in their 50s and 60s. So it is very important they take note of that. And let me at this point acknowledge and of course congratulate Governor Wike for leading the integrity group. This group, I have seen many of their portraits along the streets of this state. I believe they are good people, and I know that by the grace of God, the integrity group will do the right thing as soon as possible, because I believe they are people of integrity, and of course the posterity will judge them based on the action they take. And I'm so happy that they are doing the right thing, they are consulting, they are talking. So many people who are talking about Governor Wike as if he is just one person. And that's what happened in 2013-14. 5 of us as governors formed a group. And this same party did not understand. Many of the leaders were saying, only 5 votes, only 5 of them. Until the 2015 election happened, many of them did not understand. So, Your Excellency, I want to say that we acknowledge and follow what is happening with the integrity group, the G5, and I believe they are not only G5. We are aware of G2 and G1. Whether they are going to merge very soon or till later, we keep on our eyes watching the developments. Let me at this point say, especially in the presence of our traditional ruler, the paramount ruler of this community, Sergeant Awusi, that in the NNPP we have our blueprint, which I will give you before we go, and we decided to involve the traditional rulers in the governance of this country. And that's why we now decided to form committees in 8,809 wards that we have in this country. And we have 11 selected people that we call our best 11. One of them is the traditional ruler of that, the foremost traditional ruler in that ward. The other one is the clergy or the imam in that particular area. Representative of students, the representatives of women, and so on, the PTA, the one person with disability, 11 people. And these are the 11 people that will work in the interest of that ward. And resources will come directly from federal government to those wards through legislation. And of course, the local government and states that are interested and keen into the project are free to do that. I was so happy when I saw young men and women dancing. And it's not only here, across the country, most of these young men and women have no job to do. And that's why, for security purposes, and I have to congratulate the governor, now Rivers is peaceful. A friend of mine was telling me this morning that nightlife activities is across the state and so on and so forth. So governor, congratulations. It's not the same story across the country, especially in northern Nigeria. And that's why we decided to increase the number of our military, being a former Minister of Defense and having done a lot of work to compare so things, including the United Nations recommendation for the military in terms of military civilian ratio. We believe that increasing the military to 1 million will sort out the problems that we have today in the security. So also the police and DSS and other paramilitary, so that we can take at every square meter of this country for Nigerians. In education, in our government, at national level, we decided that no more selling for NECO or for anything. In fact, we have decided that nobody should be denied education at all levels because they cannot afford it or they don't have money to do it. Because we believe so much in education, and we will continue to support education because it's very critical and important in every society. Your Excellency, I'm so happy that I'm here, and I'm equally happy that you mentioned my colleague, Andrew Uchendu. Uchendu was my colleague in 1994 during the Constitutional Conference, and most recently we were senators of the Federal Republic of Nigeria together, and in between we have always been working as friends. Let me say that immediately you announced I was coming here, you called me and said that you are coming to my community, my village. I said, I hope you'll be there. He said he wanted to come, but he's worried about what either the governor or somebody would say. I said, but that is not the reason. Governor is my friend, and I can assure you that at any given time in politics, one is learning. Now it's like mistakes were being made in the past, and there is a golden opportunity now to correct those mistakes. And for somebody who was able to bring good road of this standard, good street lights, good drainage, and so on and so forth, I believe it's time for you to say thank you very much. In any case, he told me, Governor, to say thank you very much. He couldn't make it to this place. But don't worry, Governor. I believe that in 2023 election, in this local government, I believe there would be only two parties. One party for the gentleman who thought it necessary to bring these facilities and constructed them and paid them and commissioned them. I believe this community has no option than to go to that political party to vote for it. On the other hand, the other political party is the party of somebody who was invited all the way from Kano to come here and wish you well and congratulate you. And of course, not only because of Uchendu, certainly I can say by this visit, I should be seen as part and parcel of this community. And already I can see a young lady there with my portrait, which is even looking more beautiful than myself. So I say thank you very much for that. And I guess you are from this community. Once again, project, and I don't know whether it's here or we are going to somewhere to commission the project, but I want to say thank you on behalf of all of us. Thank you and God bless you.
The special guest of honor there, Raji Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, who has spoke extensively both on national issues and the issue of the project development in Rivers State. The special guest of honor, joined by the governor of Rivers State and other dignitaries at this occasion, making their way to officially unveil the Mbuitawo internal road project executed by the Rivers State government.
God, the most gracious, the most merciful, I want to cut this tape to officially declare this solid road open for the benefit of this community and humanity. And it's an opportunity for me to once again thank His Excellency the Governor for inviting me to be here to be part of this success. Let me also draw the attention of this community to make the best use of this facility. Normally, opportunity comes only once, and it is here today. Please make the best use of it. Ensure that the drainage is always clean. I believe that's another way of saying thank you to His Excellency the Governor of Rivers State. Continue to live in peace in this community. And continue to learn to the authorities under His Excellency the Governor. I'm so happy to be here because I believe this is the only facility constructed in any rural community in this country. So for those of us, not only we are happy and impressed by this is a road that I believe that will live forever. And Lord, I would like to cut this tape to declare this road open. Construction of Ottawa internal COL GSS areas, Governor of Rivers State, commissioned by my humble self. Thank you and bless you.
The national anthem.
Thank you so very much for staying to local government area of River State. We will now be rejoining our network studios for the continuation of other scheduled programs. On behalf of the outside broadcast crew, I'm Kingsley Amajiri. Good afternoon.
Before the morning, we've been waiting. It's time to rise up, do it again. Africa, do your dance now. Follow your winning dance now. So we never lose it
While the British packed their bags to leave after our independence, most of the common things we shared with them remained. The language, religion, culture, and very interestingly, fashion. Designers of this era targeted the expensive clothes to suit the urban lifestyle. One of such hits for the ladies was the miniskirts and gowns. It was a fashion sensation of the time, designed from really bright colors. For the men, fashion saw an uncommon change. Colors were introduced into the men's fashion. Slim-fitted trousers and print shirts were the order of the day. The shoes at the time were platform, and of course the stiletto 3 inches heels for the ladies. Mrs. Shade Thomas Fan was the first woman to own a boutique in Nigeria in the 60s, having just returned from overseas studies. She had a hard time trying to connect. Most people picked their clothes from catalogs abroad. Mrs. Fan, however, embarked on building an identity for Nigerians by inventing and creating many innovative styles using traditional African fabrics. Her efforts kick-started what today is known as the Nigerian fashion industry.
She told me I was such a loser, that's why she was gonna break up with me. Everybody can use the other happy heart to shade on the paper, she wanna make it there. For the petty, she has to go. You love that bullshit, let's see me talk about imagine that.
By the 1970s, the African fabric were gradually being accepted. Notable fabric then were the ashoki, akote, velvet, and the adire tie and dye. These were used to create lovely fashion styles over time. The trendy style, especially for Southwest ladies, were the Iro and Buba. This later evolved to our today's Oniku. It was mostly worn by married women or older ladies, while the young girls remained with the gown. Though this time it had come down a bit to below the knee. In the South, however, Women there wore mostly maxi gowns, while Southeast women tied two-steps wrapper, usually called the Hollandis, for ceremonies. The men of the 70s really made their fashion statement with their bongo trouser, block heel shoes, and afro hair. The Festac style was popularized during the Obasanjo's Festac 77. The style represented freedom of the butterfly gown known as the Babariga in Hausa and Agbada in Yoruba. In the 80s, the designers created lots of West African countries to show our identity on the embroidery pattern and the thread. This fashion hung on for a long time in the 90s, probably because of its ease and comfort. It was usually designed with the Ankara or Adire for flatter shoes and slippers used by the suit lovers. They were usually big, double-breasted, with large shoulder pads. Even the ladies used the shoulder pad for their simple blouses and shirts. Fashion of the 80s saw bold makeup, and to a large extent, excessive jewelries. The canvas shoes, acid wash jeans, denim jackets were trending. Some still retained the voluminous glossy hair, mostly hot-peaked. The 1990s fashion was crazy but definitely not indecent. With the rhythm and lyrics of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, the youths were trending with styles such as the crop top, the plaid, the overalls, and the three-piece suits, sometimes with tuxedos. For the school children, you did not want to miss your cotton shoes from Bata. It was fun. By the late 90s, the lace fabric and jacquard were fully trending, especially for ceremonies. The Ankara up and down gradually began to creep in, though the style was still simple. For the men, the suit buttons moved to simple-breasted but remained slightly large. The trousers were noticeably still large. A simple A-line skirt and gown were the looks of the working ladies. It has been said that fashion revolutionized in the 21st century. Indeed it was, and still is. But are they really different from what the 60s, 70s, 80s, and even the 90s offered? For one, the Ankara has really been accepted and tweaked into funky looks. With the help of Nigerian positively crazy designers, the Ankara fabric and styles are paraded world over with pride. Again, take a closer look at their styles. You will clearly spot the old styles of our fathers and mothers. For instance, the flowing full skirts and gown of the 70s are back with a little addition here and there. The Iro and Buba is definitely back, but as Umuku. The Bobo of the 80s and the 70s redefined as the kaftan, with little additions of sleeves and more daring embroidery or fabric patches for the ladies. The thick afro hair or kinky hair for the ladies is rocking their world again. The Babariga is back as well, but now cut shorter for ease. Interestingly, it is worn today by both men and women. What goes up must come down, they say, and we've had that definitely epitomized in our fashion trends. So, don't be quick to dump your old styles. Give it a while and watch it come back with a bang. Fashion keeps evolving.
We've been waiting, it's time to rise up, do it again. Africa, do your dance now, follow your winning dance now, so we never lose it again. Africa rise up. Yes, we gon' rise up. Africa rise up. Yeah. Africa rise up. Yes, we gon' rise up. Africa rise up.
Media in association with Kabbalah Entertainment present The Candidate, a presidential town hall media series where the presidential candidates of the 6 leading political parties tell us about their plans for the country. Join Kabbalah Andre as she leads us into the world of these candidates from the 17th to the 23rd of November 2022. This very important program will be streamed on FRCN, Radio Now, DSTV, NTA, Facebook, YouTube, and mobile. This is a town hall meeting you shouldn't miss. Tune in. Let's hear from the candidates.
Naira and Kobo to promote payments convenience and discourage rounding up prices. According to a 2022 Independent online article, coins are usually issued across world economies to ensure a balance in the currency structure and units of accounts and ease transactions. However, while preparing budgets for daily expenses and other financial transactions, figures are often rounded up to the nearest whole, discarding the details of lower denominations and kobos. After the point of payment after a shopping transaction, many customers would opt for sweets, candies or biscuits rather than accept lower denominations as change. While in other cases, dealings in coins are not available or acceptable. Many Nigerians view the handling of coins as demeaning and meant to be given as alms rather than kept for personal use. These attitudes lead to increased preference for higher denominations and crowding out of lower denominations of notes and coins. Some people are said to go to extremes like visiting a goldsmith, where these legal tenders are turned into jewelry pieces. In 2007, the Central Bank of Nigeria redesigned the coin series 50 kobo, 1 naira, and introduced 2 naira coins along with lower denominations of the banknotes, that is the 5 naira, the 10 naira, 20 naira, and 50 naira. It included reducing the weight and size of the previous coin types and addressing the problem of rounding up prices. The existing, which as of 2.52 billion naira notes, the speed of circulation of these notes was very high and consequently gets dirty or faded quickly, which resulted in a high replacement rate, unlike the coins that can stay in circulation for as long as 30 or 50 years. Moreover, coins can easily withstand abuses like poor handling, folding, tearing, writing, stapling, and even spraying at social occasions, which the naira notes are subject to. Now, will the availability of coins not facilitate transactions and reduce the tendency to approximate prices of goods and services to the nearest currency notes? Will the unavailability of coins not betray the level of accountability Is the absence of coins not a factor in the rising inflation in Nigeria?
24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can watch NTA International live on your TV, computer, iPad, tablet and phone. Leverage visiontv.co.uk and click on Entertainment, then NTA. You can also download the iOS or Android app on your mobile devices to watch NTA International on the go, anywhere in the world. NTA International. Your window through the world.
Although social media as a channel of communication is inherently harmless, it becomes harmful and damaging when used without discretion and thoughtfulness. Bad social media users spread rumors and fake news without verification, but good social media users stop, reflect, and verify information before sharing it. Be a good social media user. Stop the spread of fake news. Verify the authenticity of your source and use social media responsibly for a better Nigeria. This message is brought to you by the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, in collaboration with the National Orientation Agency.
This is the network service of the NTA.
Since November and was used to raise awareness of incidences of fraud. It was marked with fraud prevention campaigns and education. Fraud is pervasive in every area of human lives, and it is becoming more sophisticated and rewarding to the perpetrators, as well as they protect themselves from it, and if already a victim, what needs to be done. Thank you for joining us on The Eagle, a program that showcases the activities of the EFCC and gives you, our viewers, an opportunity to understand what we do and to contribute your quota in the anti-graft fight. My name is Aisha Muhammad.
I am Abdurrashid Bawa. I stand against corruption. I call on every patriotic Nigerian to lend their voices in this crusade. The labor of our heroes past shall never be in vain. Together we'll make Nigeria great.
The Network of National Anti-Corruption Institutions in West Africa, NACIWA, is a regional network created by national anti-corruption institutions at the initiative of anti-corruption institutions in ECOWAS member countries. NACIWA elected the chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) as its president on Monday, March 21, 2020. At the first extraordinary General Assembly of the network, which held in Niamey, Niger Republic, the executive chairman of the EFCC, Abdurrashid Bawa, called for the ratification of key resolutions of the executive committee meeting. Abbas Abubakar Umar tells us more.
National anti-corruption institutions in West Africa, NACIWA, took giant steps towards strengthening commitment to tackle cross-border crimes as the extraordinary General Assembly of the network got underway in Niamey, Niger Republic. Welcoming members to the assembly, the president of the network and executive chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC), Abdurrashid, which took place in July 2022 in Abuja, Nigeria, regarding the functioning of the network. Bawa said the extraordinary General Assembly of NACIWA represent a significant step to strengthen efforts in the fight against corruption and associated crimes within the region.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, our meeting today is not just an important day for our network, but also for West African region. Today, NACIWA will take significant steps to strengthen efforts in the fight against corruption and associated crimes within our region. I therefore wish to appreciate members for making time out of their tight commitment to honor the invitation and attend this extraordinary General Assembly.
He, however, regretted that NATSIWA member institutions from Mali, Guinea and Burkina Faso were not represented at the meeting due to the situation in their countries. Abbas Abubakar Umar reporting for the Eagle.
The Director, Nigerian Copyright Commission NCC, Port Harcourt Office, Collins Osundu Nweke, has called on the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission EFCC to throw its weight behind his commission in tackling intellectual property fraud. Nweke made the call in Port Harcourt, Rivers State, when he paid a courtesy visit to the Port Harcourt Zonal Commander of the EFCC, Nwaneka Nwekike. Golden Onwa reports on this and another story.
According to the Director, Nigeria Copyright Commission (NCC), Port Harcourt Office, Collins Osundu Nweke, the EFCC is a strong partner in fighting copyright crimes and enhanced collaboration between the two agencies who greatly boost the work of the NCC. He said that NCC is particularly interested in information and intelligence sharing, while identifying an intricate linkage among organized crimes, money laundering and copyright piracy. He called on EFCC to lend its voice to end plagiarism. He pointed out that intellectual property is now the new oil because while oil can dry up, human intellect will continue to generate creative things that would add more value to the nation's economy and attract more investments. Responding, Nwekike stressed the need for accountable conduct and collaborative engagements as ways the nation can make progress in the fight against corruption. He stated that if everyone can stand for the right things, many things will be made right, and the only way to make progress is to collaborate and fight for the same cause to make Nigeria a better place. The commander promised that the EFCC was willing to continue in the existing relationship with the NCC. The Executive Chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC), Abdulrasheed Bawa, has commended the validation process of the Risk Assessment Report on exposure of non-profit organizations (NPOs) to money laundering and terrorism financing, organized by the Special Control Unit Against Money Laundering (SCOMO), describing it as timely. Bawa gave the commendation at the corporate headquarters of the EFCC while addressing stakeholders involved in the exercise. The chairman, who spoke through his chief of staff, Hadiza Zubairu Gamawa, said the seminar and the reports that came out of it came at a critical time when Nigeria is battling insecurity and insurgency. She stressed that the reports of the seminar would help to determine non-profit organizations, NPOs, that are vulnerable to terrorism financing. The exercise is not just to satisfy the international requirement, but is a country decision taken to sanitize the system for the betterment of the work done and the betterment of everybody in Nigeria. It is also to ensure that the system can no longer be used for terrorism financing. In his welcome address, SCOMO's director, Daniel Isei, said the essence of the gathering was for stakeholders to sit and assess the report they have collectively produced, validate it, and announce it to the world. In her presentation titled Findings of the Terrorist Financing Risk Assessment of the NPO Sector in Nigeria, the project coordinator, ACE Ibinabo Mary Amakri, advised countries to review the adequacy of laws and regulations that relate to NPOs and identify countries vulnerable to terrorist financing abuse. She advised them to also apply focused proportionate measures in line with a risk-based approach to NPOs in order to protect them from terrorist financing abuse. Golden Onwura reporting for the Eagle.
Fraud is defined as an intentional act of deceiving someone to secure an unlawful or unfair gain. Fraud is not only financial, it also includes identity theft, voter fraud, healthcare fraud, and more. Fraud is not a modern invention. Since antiquity, even before money was invented, people have been deceiving each other for personal gain. But in recent times, it has taken a monumental dimension such that many people have lost their lives because someone somewhere defrauded them. Last week, the EFCC joined to discuss the International Fraud Awareness Week and issues of fraud as it affects every one of us.
Good to have you on this segment of the program today. This is a special one because we are commemorating the 2022 International Fraud Awareness Week, which started on the 13th of this month and ended just last week on Saturday, which was the 19th of this month, 2022. And we are going to be discussing the week today. What exactly happened last week? How can we all fight corruption together? And what is it about awareness creation in the fight against corruption or fraud generally? We have discussing with us today Assistant Commander of the EFCC, ACE Ibrahim Idris. He is the Deputy Head of Operations, EFCC. ACE Idris, thank you so much for coming on the program today.
Thank you very much.
Okay, we are going straight to the core of the matter now. Many people have discussed fraud or described fraud from their different perspectives, from their own understanding. Now, I'm going to ask you, ACE Idris, as a corruption fighter, how would you define fraud?
You can define fraud as an intentional misrepresentation of material facts with the sole aim of gaining undue advantage.
Intentional.
It is intentional. You know that yes, you intend to defraud somebody because it has to be intentional. You have to be aware that the aim is to gain undue advantage or to defraud somebody. So it has to be targeted. So by extension, we have what we call the fraud triangle. In the fraud triangle, you have pressure, you have opportunity, and you have rationalization. So the pressure is usually from you can have it from within somebody. It can come from family members. It can come from friends. You know, the pressure to own something, maybe a car, for example. You want to own a house, you don't have the means to own the house. You are just looking for how can you own the house by all means. Or it's a peer pressure. You want to feel alone. All of your friends maybe they have houses or they have cars or they have something that you are really interested in. So when you came into that pressure, then the next thing is you wait for an opportunity. When the opportunity presents itself, then you indulge. As soon as you indulge, then you rationalize it. You see, after all, everybody does it, you know, or I'm entitled to it. So this is the fraud triangle.
I would like you to give us some examples of what constitutes fraud, how or what makes a thing fraudulent.
From an investigative point of view in the EFCC, some of the fraud issues that we investigate, for example, you can have a presentation of dot check, issuance of dot check. You know, the issue of dot check is one of the clearest examples of fraud because when somebody issues the check, he knew that he doesn't have money in the account, and he knew that he is not expecting money at that material time that he gave the check. So and he has already taken a product or he has received services from the victim, and he issues the check, and the victim goes to the bank to present the check.